1, the Canadian Report with LilYesh.
What's up?
What is up? Welcome to D All of the Above podcast about just about everything. So LilYesh, my main man, we've known each other for
A year?
I'd say about a year.
Yeah, I'd say
That
we're
sounds
we're
about
hitting
right.
up our anniversary pretty soon.
Actually, yeah. It wasn't. Yeah, it was just I think we're coming up on our 1 year here soon. We met online. We met through Memi, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, we did meet through Mimi through his stream, and then he had started Digital Forge, and we
Yeah, I
just
think I think that's
grew
where me and you
closer.
met was in the start of Digital Forge.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, because it was what were we we were Mythic or Mystic? Mythic.
Mythic, yeah.
Yeah. That's what we were
Mythic
before, and then it
Entertainment.
went to Digital Forge. Shout out Digital Forge Entertainment. Go check them out on Twitter. We put in the information for Digital Forge Entertainment down in the description below and the podcast description for everybody that's just listening. So, LilYesh, we're here. So Yesh, tell me and the listeners and viewers and everybody else, tell us a little bit about yourself, man.
Well, as you already know, I am Twitch famous streamer LilYesh. A little bit about myself now. I'm 26 years old, young adult, happily engaged. Just living a simple life in a northern Ontario community in Canada, and really not a whole lot complicated of a story, man. Just a simple dude living a simple life.
So happily engaged. I happen to also be friends with Mrs. Yesh. Um,
Yes, yes.
One thing I
She,
will say is the story of how y'all met always fucking gets to me. It's captivating. Can do you
it-
if you're
yeah,
comfortable,
yeah,
feel free
definitely,
to tell
definitely.
this story because this story's fucking amazing.
It's pretty funny. So, okay, we apparently originally knew each other before we like met, but it was like high school days, and like I was kind of a prick in high school, so I don't remember her. Sorry, babe. I love you.
I think we all had that moment in high school
Uh,
of being a prick.
for real, for real. So, um, whatever. It's summertime, looking for like a fling, looking for something fun. So I hop onto this dating website called Plenty of Fish.
Not
It's ba-
sponsored by Plenty of Fish.
no sponsor. Yeah. So I hopped on this random dating site. Whoever wants to pay us, I hopped on that dating site. And so we're both looking for a fling, right? I message her, she responds. So we get connected and we're able to talk, this and that. And she lets me know right off the hop, she's looking for a fling. She just graduated high school, off to college in the fall. And I was like, cool, yeah, that's perfect. That's what I'm on here for. So, all right, first date rolls along. Um, I'm not just like a random hookup type of guy. I like to like wine and dine at the same time. Mama raised me right.
Okay,
So
we have a man of class.
yeah. Thank you, Mama. Shout out to Mama Yesh.
Shout out Mama Yesh.
But anyway, so we go out to like this fancy Italian restaurant, more of like a home style Italian, not
Yeah.
like your Olive Garden. But they had like
Ain't
these,
none of that fast food
yeah,
shit.
none of that shit. Big corporations. uh, so whatever. We have like this really nice dinner, like lobster sliders, like the whole 9 yards. Um, then we go to a movie, trying to get the cuddling in, trying to read each other. Passed out, bro. I passed out during the movie, and I fell asleep on her shoulder. Dude, I fell asleep on her shoulder the
What?
entire movie. So I'm
Okay,
sitting
hold
like,
on. What movie though?
yeah.
What movie though?
Bro, Amy Schumer's Trainwreck.
Dude, I would fall asleep to that. It's fucking Amy
Dude,
Schumer.
it was so bad. But it was the only rom-com in theaters at the time. And like,
Okay, fair
I,
enough.
I, I'm not gonna lie, Amy Schumer, when she first started, before she turned into like all her comedies about being like the odd girl out type thing. Yeah.
Comedies.
Yeah. So
That's a
her original
stretch.
stuff, I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed Amy's like beginning, like the beginning of her career. So I was like, fuck it, yeah, let's go watch this movie. And yeah, dude, passed out like a light the entire movie. I snore too, so I probably snored in her ear the whole time. It was rough,
Got her
man.
with one of those.
Yo, for real. I was dreaming I was a motorcycle, straight up like Harley, just in her ear, revving the whole movie. Oh yeah. Yeah. I don't know, man. She could have left. She didn't leave, so that was cool. Uh, movie ends. She wakes me up, and she still comes back to my place. However, being the classy lady she is, she didn't sleep with me. That was it, man. And
I mean, I probably would have high-fived her because I mean, you were being a
I'll
gentleman,
say but I fell asleep on her shoulder, bro.
but being a bro talking to a bro, we all know we're men. Okay, look, the male
Be like
species, we're
that.
very simple. Okay, we like to eat, we like to fuck. It is what it is.
And not always in that order either. Shit.
But I will also give you the props where it's due for not pushing the subject because
Yeah,
that's a
bro.
very fine line. That's a very
Again,
fucking fine line.
shout out to Mama Yesh.
Shout out Mama Yesh for raising my man's right.
Yeah, man. And then anyway, so night ends, she goes home, whatever. A few days go by and I was bored. So I was like, hey, I'm gonna text that girl, shoot my shot again. And the rest, my man, is history. So she is the fling that never got away.
Dude, see, usually you only ever hear the summer fling story of, oh, I had the summer fling and they might have been the one, but now I'll never see them again. And
Real.
my friend, you have the complete opposite. You
For
have that
real,
shit
man.
locked down in fucking concrete.
It was
All right.
yeah, it was nuts, man. And then yeah, just when you know, you know. I mean, we moved together 3 months into the relationship. That's another story. A
That I mean that's fast for based off the normal
lot
standard,
of
but
people.
I mean then again, we don't around here we don't fuck with that normal shit because that's boring.
Oh yeah,
We
dog.
don't do it. Nah.
Ah, young, wild, and free.
Boring is normal. So, Yesh, go to college, anything like that? Going to school for anything exciting? You got anything
Hell
exciting?
no. Fuck school. No, not really. I mean, if school's your shit, bro, pursue what you want to do.
I mean, is
I,
there
I
anything that you're planning on doing or want to do? You're still trying to figure that out, figure out that chapter?
Yeah, man. Honestly, I've been looking more into like the whole social media marketing and stuff like that. I'm seeing the future, and it's all in tech and stuff like that, man. So
Well,
I'm
I
ready
will
to
say
hop on
that
that gravy train.
when it comes to the digital forge, because I know a little tidbit here, I do know that you run the social media page for Digital Forge. I know you ran the social media page for Mythic before it was Digital Forge. You
Yo,
have your own Twitter, you have your Twitch. I will tell you right now, you absolutely kill it in the social media scene. So,
thank you,
with
thank
that
you, thank
being
you.
said, if there's any younger people listening or watching, because this is going on YouTube as well, because I know the main narrative at public schools is, oh, you got to go to college, you got to get your 4 year degree.
Yeah, man. Fuck that. Fuck
No,
that.
fuck that. Because all you're going to do is you're going to rack up a shit ton of money to go to the government that's not going to it's not going to benefit you really. I mean,
No.
yes, there are routes and there are degrees that you can go that can be helpful, but I feel like the push for the 4 year degree is too hard.
Yeah, I agree. I totally believe that public schools, because in my city, we were lucky enough to have one vocational school. So like anybody who was more hands-on, they had that. And I think more like education systems should be looking into if you're into the trades, we can get you into the trades, and like that will be your schooling, as opposed to like, well, you got to know geography and you have to know, this and that. It's like, bro, I want to cut wood for a living.
Well, I mean, not only that, but the trade industry is hurting. Okay, I'm a tradesman. I went to college. I don't have a degree. I got a federal license. I'm a federally licensed aircraft mechanic. I went to school for it. I
Yeah,
was done I started October of 2016 and I got my license of July 31st of 2018. So
there
not
you
even a
go.
2 full years of college, and I've got more job opportunities than most people that I know that went and got a 4 year degree.
For
I
real,
mean,
for
I can
real.
literally take a map, I can throw a fucking dart at the map of the United States. Wherever that dart lands, I can go to a city, go to that airport, and get a job.
Exactly. For
Now, in the
real.
same breath, you get a 4 year degree and you get a bachelor's in this isn't attacking anybody directly, but let's say you get a liberal arts degree. What the fuck are
Yeah.
you going to do with a liberal arts degree?
Yeah.
What
Unless you're
job
planning on being a teacher,
like what job is hurting
rough.
so bad that that your degree, that liberal arts degree or anything like that, that is in such high demand? It's not. Trade
Yeah,
is
for
in
sure.
demand. I can tell you
For
right now that
sure.
the aviation maintenance side of the house is constantly hurting for mechanics
I
because
believe it.
I mean, an airplane mechanic, there's a stigmatism with the word mechanic. I'll say it right now. We all know it. Anybody watching or listening, you know there's a stigmatism with the word mechanic. Most of us are seen as idiots, which most of us are when it comes to, book smarts. We're not good at books. That's why we're mechanics. We're not good at sitting in a classroom. It's my schooling half of the time was in a classroom getting lectured and learning the intricacies and the math and the science behind flight and maintenance and all that. But the whole other half of that school was out in the shop tearing engines apart, replacing calipers, bleeding brake
Yeah,
systems. We're hands-on people.
definitely. For
And being
sure.
an
For
airplane
sure.
mechanic, it takes a very, very, very close set of skills. I mean, I know when I started, and this is just in United States aviation programs, where I started, there were, I think, 20 of us that started in my class.
Yeah.
Me and two other people got our license. Everybody else either dropped out or just stopped coming because they just couldn't take it. It's
Yeah,
not
definitely.
easy. So I feel like public schools should push towards, and just not even public schools, I feel like it should just be normalized to
For
go
sure.
for trades, to go get real
Agreed.
world experience. You can only learn so much in a classroom. You can get real fucking book smart, and that's helpful, but you got to be street smart
Yeah,
too.
if can't apply what you know, then I mean you're just basically a walking book. Like no,
Exactly.
yeah, I know exactly what you mean, man.
And my online name, it's Boomer because everybody thinks I'm older than I am. I see more people on the side of the road having a flat tire calling a tow truck because from what I can only assume is they don't know how to change a tire.
Yeah, no
The
doubt.
fuck do you mean? That should be a basic necessity. How to file taxes, which that's a whole nother episode of
Yo,
why I
for
don't.
real. But I mean, honestly, like that all started to disappear when home ec was no longer mandatory. Home ec to this day, I like shit, bro. I barely know how to do my own fucking taxes. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I couldn't tell you how to cook unless like I had a full on book in front of me telling me exactly
Dude,
like
I don't file my own
home ec,
taxes.
dude,
I pay
is like
somebody to do that.
I mean, luckily I got a family member who does my taxes, like thank God. But yeah, like I mean, shit, dude, like there's a lot that they don't teach you. And I noticed that it's all of these things that'll help you get ahead in life.
Exactly. Well, all they're teaching now is they're prepping students for standardized tests because,
Yeah.
well, hey, if we have more of the students do better on the standardized test, then we
We get
get
more
more money.
funding and yeah,
It's all it
it's it's
fucking is.
basically a prison
Yeah,
system
yeah,
that's built for
100%.
like kids from ages 4 to 18. Like it's nuts, dude.
100%.
It's bad.
It's a brainwashing factory essentially
It's
because
exactly what it is.
you're putting and again, this isn't in a rude sense, but you're taking children who essentially have an empty brain.
Yeah.
It's not empty. Children have
No,
some
yeah,
of the best imagination.
yeah, for
But when it
sure.
comes to knowledge, they have nothing. They have survival instincts, and that's about fucking it. You
Yup.
put them into the into today's school system, and I feel like they come out fucking dumber.
Yeah, I think it's more so because like you were saying, like it's more so about being able to do what you're told,
Yeah, that's all it
right? So
is.
so people are just yeah, they're just coming out thinking that okay, well if I'm told to think this, then I mean like
Well, and it's
yeah,
not even that anymore because now you can't necessarily tell people what to do because if they don't want to do it, they're not, and you can't make them.
no,
And
it's
I'm not
true.
saying that you need to fucking beat a kid over the head to make him do his homework, but I mean, it feels like the consequences, not the repercussions for less work or less efficient or um, less quality work. The repercussions for that, I feel like, are disappearing, and not only in the school system but also in the
Guaranteed.
workforce as well.
Guaranteed for sure. Because now you have okay, so I'm all for equality, right? Everybody deserves equal chances to make it anywhere if they're, like if they're competent in that area. However, just like you shouldn't treat the worst apple in the basket the same as the best apples in the basket. Like, you know what I mean? Like if you're giving the same rewards to your shittiest employee to the best employee, well then that best employee is not going to give a
He's
fuck,
gonna start
dude.
operating like shit.
Exactly. And then that shit employee isn't going to get any better. And like your efficiency at everything, your entire fucking work environment just becomes shit.
Well, see, where
And it's
I work,
impossible.
the company, and now the company has not come out and said this blatantly, and they won't. We all know why. The company made the branch that I work at where I'm at because it's a right to work state. There are no
Yeah.
unions. They tried to get one in here, and most people are like, yeah, well, the company's fucking you right now. If you had a union, you wouldn't have that problem. And I was like, yeah, but at the same time, if we had a union, the shitbag that does nothing and does nothing but fuck shit up all day, he's going to get the same raise and same
Yeah.
bonus
Yeah, exactly.
and still have a job, even though I'm putting in overtime and all my shit's
Busting
perfect.
ass. Yeah, for sure. No, I feel that. It's definitely politics, man. It all comes down to like politics.
But it's
Because
what's worse is that we don't have a union, and that same exact thing is still happening anyway.
yeah, no, it's true.
Because
There's a lot of
you can't
nepotism
fire
now.
anybody anymore because companies are afraid of lawsuits.
No, it's true. It's
And
true.
I mean, nowadays it's really fucking easy to make a lawsuit on just about anything.
For real. Yeah.
I
Yeah,
mean,
no shit.
it's fucked. Now, granted, sometimes there is fucking discrimination in the workplace. Trust me, where I live,
Everywhere. Definitely.
we had to have a site-wide safety stand down because in one of the buildings they found a noose. But they found a noose hanging above a manager's desk. The manager happened to be black.
Yeah.
I live in a
Yeah.
southern state. There's still racism. I'm not
Oh, definitely.
debating that
Yeah.
fact. There's
Yeah,
100%
definitely.
still racism. So we had somebody come to work where I work, and they are transgender. No problem.
Yeah.
I had no problem with it. A lot of people didn't have a problem with it.
Yeah, for
Well,
sure.
that person consistently showed up late, and they were, at this point, they were a contractor. They weren't a direct hire.
Okay,
So
yeah.
they were showing up late. They were calling out. And when you're a contractor, you don't have PTO to call out.
No, yeah, for sure.
You got to go through the contracting house. It's super complicated.
Yeah, no, I
But
actually used to be a subcontractor. I know
yeah, so you
exactly what
get it.
that's like. Oh yeah.
So they wouldn't show up to work. They would constantly show up late. They would perform horribly. Like they would just mess stuff up consistently. Got fired and then tried to file a lawsuit for gender discrimination. And it's like, no. That has nothing to do with it. The problem was your performance and your attendance. It had
Yeah,
nothing to do
exactly.
with the fact that you were
Exactly.
transgender. And see, and I feel that way. I feel that for the companies. Like I understand that fear is there because that possibility is there.
Definitely.
I also understand from the other standpoint where the shit that they're making lawsuits for is actually there.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like you wouldn't have, like these laws and stuff like that coming up if it wasn't an issue. You know what I mean? Because like you said,
Exactly.
like it does happen. Like we can't deny it just because I'm not the one who's doing it or I haven't seen it in person doesn't mean you can't deny the fact that it's true.
Yeah,
Like,
it's not saying that it's
yeah,
not there.
it
It's still
happens.
there.
Exactly.
It's just
Exactly.
I feel like sometimes, and again, this is speculation. This is not cold hard facts. So don't come fucking cancel me. Almost like participation trophies in the workplace. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah, yeah.
like when I first started working where I work, it was individual performance reviews that you got your raise and bonus based off of,
Yeah.
which makes sense. I work in manufacturing. If you're productive, if you're efficient, you get a good bonus, you get a good
Yeah,
raise.
for sure.
The
Yeah.
next fucking year, they went to a site-wide performance. And
Shit's
when I
whack.
tell you that the efficiency and the productivity of the entire site went down, and they were like, oh, well, we can't seem to figure it out. Well, I don't know. Maybe our morale is low. And maybe if you looked up any psychological review that shows that morale is completely correlated to
Yeah,
productivity,
definitely.
you would understand, well, hey, if I'm working my ass off and Joe shit the ragman's over there sitting on his phone with his thumb up his ass, and we're going to get the same raise and same bonus, well, then I'm going to sit around playing on my phone with my thumb up my ass.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
So it's, I feel like it's all around just going to shit in the modern workplace. And then there's also
For
the whole
real.
point of corporations. Dude, I work for a corporation. I hate it. I
Yeah.
absolutely hate it. And that brings me to a point. So you being in Canada and your currency being maple leaves, and here in America, our currency being bald eagles,
Yeah.
our minimum wage is, if I'm not mistaken, $7.25 an hour.
Okay.
It's either 7.25 or 7.50. Can I get
Yeah.
a fact check? Okay, thank you. So
There you go.
so minimum wage is 7.25. What is it in the Canada?
In the Canada. So it's actually governed by each individual province.
Okay.
Um, However, in Ontario, the minimum wage, I believe, right now is at 14.25 or 14.10.
Okay, so 14.10 maple leaves
Yeah.
is how many bald eagles?
So if I'm not mistaken, the Canadian dollar is 63 cents to the US dollar. One sec.
So 81 cents?
Yeah,
So your 81 cents is our $1.
correct.
Okay.
So your money goes further than ours. So like,
Yeah, okay.
but like
Yeah.
not by a whole lot,
Yeah,
right?
not
Like,
it's I mean over a large amount. If we're talking millions, then
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Like exponentially, it's a lot, but at the same, like, yeah,
So
for sure.
God,
However, our taxes, I don't know what are your taxes on stuff you buy?
sales tax here. But see, sales tax here varies by, like, if you get
Like
closer to
item and stuff?
downtown. No, if you go closer to downtown, it's a higher sales tax. Just in general, sales tax.
Mm, that's weird. Okay, so we actually have
Isn't
like,
that right? So my state taxes combined, because combining with city and state, because it's a little bit different per city, our combined sales tax is 9%.
yeah, see, that's decent. That's decent.
So what is it
We
up
have
there?
So we have the general sales tax, which is 8%.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have the hospitality sales tax,
Mm-hmm.
which is 5%. So altogether it's 13%. Yeah, and that's on anything and everything we buy, unless it's like primary food items, bread, milk, eggs, stuff like that. They're not taxed, like they just have the regular 8%.
But
But
your government is a parliament, is it not?
yeah, it's a parliament.
So what are y'all, a monarchy? Or no, y'all
No,
are a
no,
democracy.
yeah, we're a democracy. Okay,
No,
so if you want to talk government in Canada right now, so we're ran by the Liberals right now, Justin Trudeau.
yeah.
Um, he loves to spend. I'm just gonna put it that way, man. He's been spending money that
So actually,
taxpayers don't even have
so
anymore.
I can tell you're being careful about what you say, which reminds me of the C10 law. What
Yeah.
the hell is going on with this C10 law?
So if you want, I can read up like a quick little blurb about what it actually is.
Yeah, yes, do that, please.
Bet. Okay. So according to Wikipedia, so this is just Wikipedia, right? Status is pending right now. It hasn't been passed to the Senate, but if it does, then it's officially law. So it's at the final stages right now. So Bill C10 is a proposed federal legislation that Bill seeks to amend the Broadcasting Act to account for the increased prominence of internet, video, and digital media by adding undertakings that conduct broadcasting over the internet to the regulatory scope of the Canadian Radio, Television, and Telecommunications Commissions. So what that essentially means, to simplify that as easily as possible, is any Canadian content that is now put online, if this bill passes, is subject to the same censorship as radio, TV, things like that. Cussing, censored, things like so.
Wow. So it's almost
It's
full internet
huge. It's huge, man. It's
censorship.
bad. And another thing is, they're looking at going after huge media companies, things like Netflix, Facebook, Crave, all of that shit, like all of these streaming channels to uh, limit what's that one I'm looking for? Like abroad content. So like they want to enforce more Canadian content. And to do that, they would
Oh,
have to get rid of a lot of other content. And bro,
this is kind of starting to sound like, I don't know, communist propaganda.
that's exactly that, dude. That's why I was like, when it comes to the liberals, man, I don't want to straight up just start calling people a communist. But I mean, at this point, the way it's starting to turn out, like it was. Oh man. Okay, so the conservatives wanted to actually deal with this bill properly as the
Mhm.
opposition. Um, However, there's this thing in law for the House that allows the majority government to speed up processes that they deem necessary. Uh, they never use it because you should always have equal opportunity for rebuttal, debate, all of these things.
Yeah, no,
Uh,
100%.
yeah, exactly. However, the Liberal government, along with the NDP, which is our New Democratic Party, they're more so like the middleman kind of thing. They focus more on the workers and stuff like that, as opposed to being more liberal and more conservative. Anyways, so the Liberals and the NDP, they go and enforce this hurry up rule. So what that did is it allowed, normally I think it's like 48 hours of
Mhm.
discussion. This law limits it down to 5. So they only had 5 hours to discuss it. Um, Other things, they only got 1 hour of debate. So the opposition was only allowed 1 hour on the floor with the speaker to talk about it. And this was all done, like you were saying, in the middle of the night. It was like 1:30 a.m. And next thing you know, there's this bill that's being passed that's going to be limiting all of the type of content you can upload, that you can watch, that you can it's bad, man. Like you said, it's really starting to feel like more of a dictatorship than a democratic election.
I don't know, man. Trudeau seeming kind of sus.
Get out of
That
here, dude.
happened.
That was
That fucking
bad.
happened.
That
That
was
happened.
bad.
All
GG,
right.
dog.
That's going to be the fucking thumbnail right there.
There it is, man. There it is.
But yeah, no, dude, that's so fucked. That
It's
is
messed up.
so
It is
fucked.
messed up.
Oh my
So like
god, dude.
a lot of these Canadian streamers and content creators are now quite literally fearing for their
Yeah, I mean,
future. Like
they could get shut down at any fucking point, and that's not even getting canceled by cancel culture. I mean,
no,
that's probably pretty shitty. But
like
that's
that's
you're
what
getting canceled by the
that's the
fucking government,
government,
bro.
dude. The
That's
government.
daddy government
It's fucked, dude.
coming to
It's
kick you in the
fucked.
nuts with a steel
For
toe boot.
real, for
Like,
real, for real, man.
that's
And
fucked.
like it is. It's bro, I used to have a lot of I do have a lot of liberal views, or like just left views. I'm not even gonna say liberal or conservative. I believe that a lot of people should have rights, but I also believe that we need more government to uh, again, not necessarily control, but like to keep, I don't know. Again, and this is gonna be an on paper thing, like true democracy. We need to go back to true democracy where it's like, okay, listen, like we don't have to elect this guy or this guy and pick a side. It's just like, listen, this is somebody who actually stands for our country, knows what needs to happen, and like this is, somebody we need to put in control.
So I'll tell you right now, I'm libertarian
Yeah,
because we have the fucking disgusting duopoly right here in America with Republicans and Democrats. It's in my opinion, the duopoly of the U.S. government is two heads on the same monster. It's like Hydra.
definitely,
You know,
definitely. Yeah,
it's
exactly.
we're literally forced to pick the lesser of two evils when it's like, hey, how about we just pick the not evil?
Yeah,
So the
exactly.
Libertarian Party or the Gold Party, I also support the Green Party. I'm for third party. It's it's so fucking hard for a third party to get on a ballot. It's
Yeah,
they make it almost
it's
impossible for
unfortunate.
that reason. And what's funny is that there's a huge band of conservative Republicans that are like, well, we're going to go make the Patriot Party. And all of us libertarians and Green Party
Yeah,
people,
yeah,
we're like,
yeah.
oh, you think it's that easy, huh?
Yeah, for
Welcome to
real,
our
for real.
struggle.
Yeah,
There's
exactly.
no
The
media
second you
coverage. They're not
exactly.
allowed up on the debate stage, which is bullshit. It's
Agreed.
absolute bullshit. Because so being a libertarian, I'm all for people having freedoms,
Yeah.
100%. You know, legalize weed, allow people to have guns, legalize get well, I mean gay marriage is legal here in the United States now.
Yeah, it's federally legal here as well too.
Yeah, but I mean essentially I'm more of a what I guess what they consider a conservative libertarian because I'm pro gun, I
Yeah, so
guess.
like that's kind of what I was gonna say. There's actually like a stance here in Canada, and they call it progressive conservative,
Mhm.
and that's kind of where I tie in. I'm more like I lean a little bit more towards the like center right, I guess you could say.
See, and where you said you want more government, I know that we have to have government. I'm not saying that fuck government, there shouldn't be any. There just needs to be
Yeah,
less. Like right now they're talking about there's a I don't know if it's a bill or a law or what the fuck the deal is. I just quickly read a little blurb about this, but they're
yeah.
talking about abolishing the ATF, which is the Alcohol, Tobacco and Firearms Bureau. Hell yeah, I'm a firearms guy. Fuck yeah. Get rid of them. But then, oh, but we're actually just going to transfer the power to the FBI. I'm sorry.
Fuck no.
What?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I see what you're saying.
So now you're going to allow the FBI to also take over the alcohol, tobacco, and firearms deal? I'm sorry.
Yeah,
The people that are tied in with NSA? I'm sorry. What?
yeah, yeah. See, like that's where I hate that shady shit, man. Because like, there's so many things that I agree with you. Like, there's a lot of shit that needs to be either just completely rebuilt from the ground up, or just needs to be gone.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, like that shit, like you said, like, oh well, if we're not here, then we're just gonna give it to the FBI. No, that's fuck. No, no, no. Like
No,
you
fuck
can't,
it.
you can't,
That
you
makes
can't
it
trust the
worse.
government to keep the government under control. It's just
I
not how.
mean,
It's
we
not
thought
gonna
that's how
work.
that worked, and we see how well that's worked with, people just deep ass pockets.
That's what it is, man.
It's terrifying. I mean, it doesn't help that our current administration has threatened to nuke its own citizens twice now.
I saw
Twice,
that, dude. I
twice.
actually, dude, that's yeah, I saw that. The tweets. No, it wasn't a tweet, was it?
No, he said
I
it in
saw
a
I saw
fucking
it on
press
Twitter though.
conference.
Yeah, okay. I saw a bunch of tweets about that shit, dude, though. Like
He
that's
was like,
nuts.
"Oh, you think you need guns to protect yourself from the government? We have F-15s and nukes."
Yeah, I saw that. So
Is that
actually
a
I have a
fucking threat?
buddy. I have a buddy who lives here in my town, but he's originally from like Bluffton, South Carolina.
Okay, yeah, that's not too far.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So he's been sharing all sorts of things about Joe Biden. Dude, that like that's the same type of crap that's going on right now with Justin Trudeau. Like he's already said he's like he wants to he wants to press charges against the House Speaker
For what?
for keeping or to like keep some type of information under wraps. Apparently, like there's something. Yeah, 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 yeah,
Oh,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
time out. Time the
I'm
fuck
out.
out. Time the fuck
Okay,
out.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's
So
go.
you mean to tell me that your head of state, your motherfucker in charge, filed a lawsuit against the Speaker of the House?
Keep some type of information under wraps. And this isn't even like the fifth or sixth scandal that Justin Trudeau's been alleged of being a part of. I don't know if you heard about the like the We Foundation.
I heard about
And
that, but please,
okay,
no,
yeah.
go into detail.
I don't know very much about it, but I'm just saying like so many things that Trudeau has done is just like you can't you can't be so blatantly obvious and play dumb. You know what I mean? Like
I don't know.
you
Have
can
you looked
only
at?
get so rich off of your citizens and like all of these beneficial things that you're doing that have ties to the government. Like he's broken so many like what's that word I'm looking for? Like conflict of interest. He's been just so many, man.
Bro,
It blows
imagine
my
studying US
fucking mind.
politics from, I don't know, the last 50 years to now and look at the amount of fucking corruption. Not even
Oh
50 years,
yeah.
bro. More than that. Fucking what? 80 years?
Since the beginning of government, man. Like we could
No,
be
no, no,
very
no. Now
honest.
hold on. No, no. At the beginning of government, with all things considered, in the time frame that they were in, I mean, I don't agree with everything. And
No,
there's a
okay,
lot of
okay.
fucked up shit in there.
I
But
agree. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
what their idea of government, when they
True.
wrote the Bill of
Okay.
Rights, when they wrote the fucking Constitution, that right there, that was the fucking shit. That was
Yeah,
true
exactly.
democracy. That was true fucking government.
Yeah.
When money got involved,
Yeah. Being able to be fun like your campaigns being able to be funded by like
that's
big
where it went
corporation
to
shit.
shit.
Like that's nuts, dude. Like that shit blows my mind.
Honestly, I think since, I would honestly say since the Civil War, since like right before the Civil War, it's been corrupt as shit. I think before then, and this is my personal opinion, don't come after me,
Yeah.
this is not facts. I believe the beginning of the Civil War, moving forward, government has been corrupt.
That's fair. And okay, so correct me if I'm wrong. Was it after the Civil War that it became a two-party state?
It was technically a
Or
two
like
party state
technically
before. Yeah, it was two party system before.
okay.
All right, so the two party system in America first consisted of the Federalist Party, which supported the ratification of the Constitution, and the Democratic Republican Party, or the Anti-Administration Party, Anti-Federalist, which
Yeah.
opposed the powerful central government that the Constitution established when it took effect in 1789. So really, it's fucking way before the Civil War.
Yeah, no shit.
I think when you have the two-party system, now I understand if you have one that's a dictatorship. I understand that,
Given.
but honestly, I feel like at the beginning of the two-party system, they probably had it down. Like it was probably like just true, straight up, like, hey, these are my thoughts. These are my thoughts. What do y'all think?
Yeah, 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 for
I
sure.
think once they started involving money, which probably didn't take long. If
Yeah.
that was 1789, I'd probably say by 1800, shit was getting funky.
It was getting funky,
Shit
yo,
got
for real
weird.
though. It's true, man. Shit gets fuzzy when money's involved all the time, no matter
Dude, money,
what you're playing with.
I mean, you got to look at some of the most famous sayings that are universally known
Cash
around the
is king.
world. Cash is king. Money can't buy
Uh,
happiness. Money is the root of all evil. Which can we take a little pit stop on the
Actually,
phrase?
pause on that for
Oh,
real.
okay,
So
do it.
the actual that's like a paraphrasing of the actual sentence.
It's
So
like the
the
jack of all
actual
trade,
sentence, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. So the actual term is the love of money is the root of all evil,
which is true.
which is true. So like a lot of people are like, see, like, and then you get like, I grew up in the church, and you get like those Christians that are like, oh, if you live in like if you live a rich lifestyle, blah blah blah, then you're not truly. It's like, what? No, like that's not what it says, man. Like I'm not doing it for the money, and like fuck all y'all. Like
Well,
shut
no, I
up, just because
wonder
I
if
have
they
money.
paraphrase that down from the love of money is the root of all evil to money is the root of all evil. Here's my speculation, my
Yeah,
psychological
yeah,
speculation on this is that they shortened it from the love of money to just money, is so that way they could pass the buck of responsibility. So it's like, hey, it's not my love of money that's the root of all evil. It's just money
yeah,
itself.
yeah. I see what you're
It's
saying. Kind
passing
of
the
like the
buck on the
whole
responsibility.
like the whole anti-gun movement. Like guns don't kill people, man. It takes a person to shoot that gun. I get what you're saying.
Guns kill people. Oh yeah, do spoons make people fat? So speaking of weed, speaking
Yeah.
of marijuana, it is
Speaking of
federally
marijuana.
legal in Canada.
Yeah, man, all across the board, recreationally, medically. If you're over the age of 19, my man, you can go and buy yourself up to an ounce.
Damn, it's 19?
Yeah, so
Damn, that ain't nothing.
no, and so the reason it's 19, well, it's 19 all across the board for like cigarettes, alcohol, and in Ontario, here in Ontario.
Okay. Now,
Um,
does that differ between the provinces?
so there's only, if I'm not mistaken, like two or three provinces where the drinking age is 18.
Okay.
Otherwise, yeah, 19 is smoking age, and they put cannabis under the same laws as the tobacco laws.
Which
So
makes
like you,
sense.
which definitely makes sense because like I totally agree. Like I probably shouldn't be smoking it like at a kid's park or like in front of a school or like you know what I mean. Like that's definitely like there's a time and a place.
I feel like there's a lot of things you shouldn't do in front of a kid's school, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean that's a conversation for
That's a
another
whole
day.
different conversation.
We could talk about that for hours, anyways. But yeah, man, no, like I honestly like it's taxed huge as well. The tax on cannabis is pretty insane, but it is creating like it's a huge part of our GDP now.
Well, hell yeah. I mean, you've got more shops open now. You've got more flow of economics.
Definitely.
Economics. What the fuck am I saying?
I
I
got
mean,
what
the
you're saying.
economy is you've got more movement
Flowing.
through the
Yeah.
economy.
Yeah, exactly. Like my $5 is now their $5, which then creates $10, and then they spend that on supply, and then yeah, exactly.
It just creates money flow without
Exactly.
money printer go burr.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
But so
Yeah. Oof.
now correct me if I'm wrong, but I remember reading something before when Canada federally legalized weed, the money that you got from taxing of marijuana, y'all's national deficit went like almost got halved within like the first three
Yeah,
months or
yeah,
some
dude.
shit.
It was huge. Like it became like a $1 billion industry
Yeah.
within months. Like it did not take long. And it like at once upon a time, when it first opened up, there were maybe 4 or 5 shops across Canada, and you could only buy online. And then they started opening up like 5 shops in this province, 5 shops in this province. And then once those shops started opening up, that's when it boomed, man. It just went nuts.
Why can't your fucking dumb southern neighbors figure out the same damn problem?
Yeah,
It's
that's the
because our current
devil's lettuce.
it's because our current administration wrote the fucking drug laws.
Yeah, I mean, we can totally go on the whole prohibition of
Dude,
marijuana
fucking
and the
how about
history
just
of
the
that.
entire war on drugs and how that's a waste of government money and a waste of everyone's fucking
Yo, the
time?
war on drugs did nothing but bring in more drugs. Y'all should have a war on jobs.
No, we should have a fucking war on government. That's what it is. The government's the one pumping the drugs into the inner cities and fucking up everything. Shit.
Yeah, I remember you telling me the CIA's the crack. No, what was it? Crack
The-
importation agency or something
yeah,
like that?
it's the cocaine import agency.
Yeah.
Bro, they fucking
It's true though. It's true because it was the creation of the CIA that started bringing the cartels into the states. And
whenever you get a chance, and this is for all the viewers and listeners too, go look up the Philadelphia bombings that the government did on its own fucking people in Philadelphia. Go look that up for me real quick. Go I mean, I'm sure everybody that's listening or watching, you saw the shit that happened in Portland with the unmarked police officers that were running up snatching motherfuckers.
I saw
What
that.
the fuck is that?
That's some bullshit.
But people are like, "Oh, we need more government." Why? The more freedoms that you are willing to give up for the safety from the government is the more power you're putting into the hands of the few. The more power that the hands of the few get, worse your life is going to be. It's simple.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. But again, like it's just tough, man. 'Cause on paper, technically, those who are the few should be the voices of the many. You know what I'm
You
saying?
said an important word there.
On paper,
Should.
should no, for sure,
Good. They're
for
not.
sure.
I mean,
No, not at all.
the fact that our House of Representatives and senators and congressmen and women, they spend almost no time in their home state. They spend most of their time in their fucking penthouses and condos in DC, and they're not at home in their home state looking at the fucking problems that they're creating. And people are mad. Mitch McConnell? Dude, the citizens of Kentucky went and fucked his house up.
Oh, really?
Oh, dude, they fucked his shit up because he passed some shit that fucked up Kentucky, and they were like, "We all voted against this," and he was like, "I voted for it,"
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and they
That's
fucked his
rough,
shit
man.
up.
That's fucked.
They damn near twisted teed his fucking house.
You about to learn today,
Yo,
bitch.
when they rushed the Capitol building, somebody had a twisted tea in their hand, and I guarantee you they're like, "Where's Mitch McConnell? I'm gonna slap him with a twisted tea. Fucking get fucked, nerd."
Nerd. Slap the four-eyed
But no,
face.
so I definitely think that the war on drugs is fucking bullshit. You heard it here first. I fully support the legalization of weed. Now, I used to be like, hey, just legalize weed and only weed. I've gotten older since then, and I've seen more bullshit. I've read more bullshit, and I've done a lot of thinking. And actually, there's a whole group of scientists right now that are studying the effects of microdosing with drugs such as
Psilocybin.
psilocybin. I love psychedelics. I love the idea of psychedelics. I love how they have the potential to help, and not even have the potential, but they do. There's a bunch of
Agreed.
scientists working on psilocybin, DMT, ketamine. Finding what
Yeah,
that
I've
does to
heard
mental
ketamine
health.
doing some fantastic things for like PTSD and
Now,
I've heard of like people who have lived through like crazy childhood trauma getting cured by like going through a single K hole and just
now,
reaching through it.
I because I listen to Joe Rogan. That's Daddy Rogan. He
Of
had on
course,
a
who doesn't?
neuroscientist that was talking about the effects of DMT, psilocybin, and ketamine. He said in their ketamine trials, they saw about a 75% success rate of progression.
Yeah.
But then when he was using psilocybin and DMT, he had an 87% success rate.
Yeah.
And what's crazy is that psilocybin is natural.
I mean, so is DMT. Like, I
DMT is
mean, I know
natural.
you can synthesize it, but I
Yeah.
mean, DMT lives in your brain. Like, if you're dreaming, you have DMT,
Yeah.
bro. Like, yeah, no, for sure.
THC. I mean, I have seen what THC can do to somebody that has Parkinson's that shakes.
Yup.
There's a famous video. This lady in New Zealand,
Yeah,
she she loves tea, but when she goes to pick up this teacup, she's fucking shaking, spilling everything. She has a tincture of cannabis oil, pure
yup,
THC cannabis oil. She puts 2 drops under her tongue, 2 minutes max. And
yup.
she goes to pick up the tea. She starts, and then she's just smooth as shit. Drinks tea, and she's like, "This has
For
changed
real
my
though.
life fucking dramatically." There's people with epilepsy. THC helps. There's people with
Yup.
Alzheimer's and dementia. THC helps. Why are we not looking into the positive effects, and we're just focusing on the negatives because it's the war on drugs?
Racism, dog. It all started with racism.
It all started to get people in jail, and is I mean, if racism has a huge systematic racism has a huge
Yeah.
part to play on that, but it's also the fucking prison industrial complex. The privatized prisons and how much money is made off of
That
those
blows my mind,
is
dude.
stupid.
That blows my mind. As a Canadian, it
This is
blows my
America.
fucking mind that you guys have privatized jail institutions. Like, what?
And they say,
Like, how
oh,
can you make
well,
money off of sending people to jail? Like, that's fuck, dude.
we're shutting down privatized prisons and we're opening more state prisons. Bullshit. You're opening privatized prisons under the false pretense of a state name. Shut the fuck up. Somebody's making money in that prison. Not to mention
Exactly.
that prisoners that work, that provide goods for the fucking public, they're getting paid 5 cents.
Pennies. Yeah, bro. It's
That's
fucking
bullshit.
disgusting. It's disgusting.
At least
Like,
give them
Don't
fucking
get me
minimum
right.
wage because
Yo,
yeah,
for real. I was
they get to
just
keep
about
that
to
money
say
when they
that.
get out. Okay, they get to leave with $5 after a 20-year sentence. Fuck you.
Yeah, for
Fuck
real. Honestly,
you.
and like jail in and of itself was meant to be a rehabilitation thing. It was meant to get you used to living a scheduled life
Look
and
at
doing work.
Swedish jails.
Exactly. Oh, dude, yeah, don't even get me. Yeah, like Denmark and shit like that, where they have like whole suites to themselves. Their turnover rate and like their success rate in rehabilitating 90% of their prisoners
Where they
is
have
like
a habitual returner percentage of 2%.
for real. And then like you look at you don't even have to look at the US as a whole. You could just like look at any county or any city and it's all repeat names, you know what I mean? It's all repeat offenders
And
with
bro,
mm,
fucking in Sweden, you have people that they go to jail, they commit a crime, they go to jail, and they come out a better and more productive and more efficient member of society than they were
For
before they
real.
came in.
For real. Like, and it's because they're not treated like animal. Like they're treated humanely,
They're
man.
treated
If you're
like
treated,
fucking humans. They're taught
isn't
skills.
that such
They're
a
able to
fucking
make
weird
money and save
concept?
up for when they get out. Not here in America where you do a 20-year fucking stint in the slammer. You come out, you get $5 and the shirt that you came in with that's now too big and probably torn the fuck
For
up.
real.
Oh, but now you got to go make a life for yourself. Fuck that, bro.
Yeah.
That's not
Yeah.
rehab.
No,
That's
for sure.
torture and release. That's all that is.
That's exactly what it is, man. It's basically a grounding for grown-ups, and like it doesn't do shit, bro. It doesn't do shit
Dude,
but
I'd
make
rather
you
get
think
grounded.
for real.
Are you fucking kidding me? Than have my entire life shit on? Because not to mention, hey, you went to prison, you're a felon. You can't buy a gun, you can't get a
No,
job, you can't get a
can't
place to live,
vote,
you
can't do
can't vote,
shit.
you can't do shit. You're no longer a fucking member of society.
Yeah, no,
You're a
it's sad.
stained member. You're not even a member, you're just fucking stained for the rest of your
Yeah, at
life.
that
And it's
point, you're
bullshit.
just an animal, man. Like that they treat you like an animal from the second you're convicted to the time you die, man. The
And it's
second you're convicted,
absolutely
you're looked at like
bullshit.
an animal. Yeah, dude. Second class citizen for what? Because I made a mistake in my life. Don't get me wrong, dude. Murder's never good. Anything like that, like any type of shit, never good, man. But like,
No,
why do
I'm
we
talking
treat
about
them?
people that their lives get ruined from a victimless crime. They had 5 grams of fucking
Yeah,
weed in their
shit like
pocket, and
that.
now their
Yeah, no,
life's
that's
ruined.
fucked.
Fuck that. Somebody, you know, something stupid happens, and there's a miscommunication. Somebody ends up going to prison. Now,
Yeah, yeah.
rape, pedophilia, murder.
No,
Nah,
yeah. So
fuck you. I honestly don't even waste the space in fucking prison. You stay there for a little bit. You get all the facts together. Make sure that because there has been false
yeah.
accusations. There has
Oh,
been
definitely,
new
of
evidence
course.
that has proven innocence. I'm not saying that as you're guilty. Go, dead.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
You spend a year. You take a year. You get all your shit together. And now, it's not everything. If it's I think it's manslaughter is accidental.
Yeah, so yeah, manslaughter
I think it's like if you're
it's
driving and you hit somebody because they
non-premeditated.
walk out in the
Yeah,
street and
that's
they die,
manslaughter.
that's vehicular manslaughter.
Yeah,
That, okay, you do a couple years, or, I mean, not a couple, not like 2 years, but
yeah. I mean,
you
you're
do
probably gonna do
do
like
time.
10.
You do
Yeah,
do time. But like if you, and even, like you killed somebody, depending on the case of the murder,
yeah. So that's
it's
what I
not
was going to
automatic death.
say. That's what I was gonna say. Like, there, because I mean, shit. Like, if I don't know, not see. There's so many lines. Like, I believe that people who I think some people are just psychopathic. Okay, some people are just they murder to murder.
They murder for
Okay,
the
and
fun
then
of it.
for real. Okay, that no, lock them away, man. Like if that's just the way you work and
If
the way
it's
you
called,
tick,
yeah, if it's a
bro,
mental
fuck
thing,
that.
no, this sounds really bad. But when we used to have insane asylums, before they got corrupt and got fucked up and were doing lobotomies and shit, actually have a mental health facility that you can allow that person to possibly get rehab. It may be
Yeah,
hardwired. They may be hardwired that way to just want to kill. Okay, fucking teach them how to paint colors or something. Find a
yeah,
different
yeah,
outlet.
yeah.
Try to rehab them at least. Now, if he then kills the nurse that is watching him, well,
Yeah,
then,
yeah, yeah,
take him out behind the barn,
yeah.
have him dig a
Taking
hole, and when he's done, you just fill in the hole.
you just fill in the hole.
Pedophiles, instant death.
No, yeah, I see. When it comes to sexual crimes, no,
No, rapist,
I don't fuck with that,
automatic
dude.
death.
No, yeah, I don't fuck with that shit.
You rape
Or
somebody,
anyone.
you, and
No,
it's
yeah, yeah.
slow, not fast, not a bullet to the head.
No,
Nah, we're gonna do
just
this shit
like
slow.
genital mutilation, at least.
Animal abuse, dog
That's
fighters.
fucked, dude.
No,
Yeah, no,
if
that's
here,
fucked.
this is savage as fuck. This is barbaric as fuck. But I could give two shits less. You abuse an animal, whatever you did to that animal gets done to you.
I agree. No, yeah. See, I love watching. This might sound morbid, but fuck, man. You know those videos of like people ganging up on like this city idiot because they like you said, like they find the animal killer of the city, and then
Oh,
the whole fucking city's just like, all right, It's
Okay.
time.
City
Those are like,
Justice.
yeah, dude, I love that shit. So, City Justice is like my favorite
Dude,
shit.
look at the Wild West of America when it was a fucking lawless land.
Oh yeah, free
And
for all.
if now, granted, a lot of people died back then from stupid shit because somebody
Dysentery
thought,
mostly, but you know, no, just
well,
kidding.
somebody thought they were cheating at poker, and so they fucking shot and killed them.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if you royally fucked up, they hung your ass up above the street so everybody saw, everybody knew
Oh,
what
but
you
yeah,
did,
everybody knew.
and they were like, maybe I shouldn't do that.
Yeah. It was definitely, yeah. Messages were sent a hell of a lot more clearly before.
We also had a lot more common sense as human beings back then.
Definitely,
There
man.
was
Because once upon it, like we didn't have, like you had to rely
common
on
sense
your
was
people.
survival.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, exactly.
Well, I mean,
And
just in general, common sense meant survival. If you didn't have common sense, you weren't gonna fucking survive.
that's true.
And
You're right.
technology, while yes, it's helped us advance, like right now, this is technology. You know,
Yeah,
you
for
live in
sure.
Canada, I live in America, and we're able to sit here and make a podcast episode. But
There's
at the
always
same
that
time, technology has also fucked
down,
us
dust
and
down.
made
Oh
us weak.
yeah. Oh, for sure,
Humans
dude.
are
For
so
sure.
fucking weak. We should not be at the top of the food chain, bro. A baby giraffe is born and within hours is up and running around. A human infant takes for fucking ever to become
Years,
productive,
dog.
and they are so
Jeez.
fragile. They're so
Yeah. No,
fragile.
that's true, man. Humans are one of the most imperfect biological species I've ever seen in my life, dog.
That's because we're
Jellyfish.
hybrids. That's because we're hybrids
Jellyfish.
of aliens, bro.
Jellyfish, dog. Jellyfish haven't evolved since their conception. That is a truly perfect organism.
So I'm going to tell you right now, there is a species of jellyfish that they have found, they have collected it, and they have studied it, where the DNA gene sequence of one jellyfish through its entire life, they do some like carbon dating on the DNA or some shit,
Yeah.
has not seen death. It's called the immortal jellyfish. What happens if the water gets too salty or it loses its salinity or the temperature changes too drastically? Instead of dying, this motherfucker reverts
Just it
back
like
to a
evolves.
pupal state, attaches itself to
Oh
a rock,
shit.
and
Okay.
then starts its life cycle all over again. It never
That's
dies.
damn.
I think they have found 3 DNA sequences from these jellyfish that have yet to experience death.
That's fucked.
And
That's crazy, man.
they've been around since the fucking dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs,
This
bro.
this is what I don't understand. Why are we looking in space for aliens when they're in the fucking ocean, bro? We know
Oh no,
more about the
guaranteed.
surface of Moon and Mars than we do the bottom of our own
For
oceans.
real,
They're
man.
down there, bro.
Oh, I guarantee there's
You know where they're really at? They're in Antarctica. I'll tell you right now.
Oh yeah.
Let me go full
Oh
Alex
yeah,
Jones
dude.
mode.
Oh
Bro,
no,
they're in
it's
Antarctica.
true.
There's
It's
a
true.
base down there that everybody's like, oh, it's just an observatory base. Fuck no, dude. Hitler was down
Yeah,
there in World War
for
II.
real, man. For real. Like you don't go to Antarctica for research. There's nothing to research. Nothing lives up there.
Yeah, it was
Or down there.
it was kind of
Antarctica's
funny how they're like, oh, it's just an observatory and there's no military base. Oh, really? Well, after Hitler went to Antarctica in World War II, in the middle of World War II, to look for alien life forms, to look for alien technology, he fucking told
Yep.
everybody while he was down there. And then all of a sudden, the American government comes in, busts down, and creates an observatory.
Yep. Yeah, no,
Oh, wait, there's
it's
all these eyewitness accounts of pilots flying over this fucking hole in the ice slab of Antarctica that their instruments go fucking nuts. The fact that they can x-ray Antarctica and they find mountain ranges and pyramids under
Yeah.
the ice. Like there's actual land under the ice when they thought it was just ice.
yeah,
And
for
really
sure.
there's fucking land under there. Bro, here's my theory about that. Humans started on Antarctica. And what we know as the Ice Age is just Antarctica freezing over.
That's fair.
Huh?
Yeah, no, I can definitely see the thought process there.
We thought the whole world was Antarctica. Every continent was Antarctica. And then it froze over and we're like, oh, nope. And that's it.
And I mean, like that would make sense because if you think about it, like if it was able to freeze over and it's that deep, chances are we never made it past those mountains.
Oh, 100%.
So okay, I can see that.
What if there's a whole fucking civilization under there? What if that is Atlantis?
Yeah, man.
They just said it flooded. the Great Flood, and then it froze. Ah.
Yeah.
Ah.
No, unfortunately, Noah's Ark wasn't found in Antarctica, though. They
Oh,
did
true.
find the Ark.
Yeah, didn't they find it in like fucking Turkey or Georgia? Not Georgia, the state in
No,
America, like
yeah.
the country Georgia. I think they
Yeah,
found
no,
it somewhere,
it was definitely somewhere in
or maybe it was closer to
like,
Egypt.
yeah, it's North Africa for
Yeah,
sure.
it's somewhere over there. Maybe
But yeah,
Libya.
it was found in like a bunch of mountains and shit, dude.
Yeah, it's and the whole Noah's Ark thing, man. Here's the deal. All right, look, I'll tell you right now. I watch Ancient Aliens, and I used to make fun of Giorgio Tsoukalos, the aliens.
Aliens. Yeah.
That dude. I used to make fun of him. But the more episodes of Ancient Aliens I watch, the more shit starts to make sense, and the more I look at it and go, hmm, maybe he has a point.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe there's something going on here that we don't know about. But in all reality, it's actually happening. I mean,
Yeah, for sure.
you've got the USS Nimitz event. Have you heard of that?
The USS what?
Nimitz. There was a
Okay.
pilot. USS Nimitz is a aircraft carrier, and
Yeah, I
there was a
figured.
pilot flying, and he said he saw this pill-shaped object hovering above the water. Now, mind you, they had been tracking this thing on radar, and it went from 80,000 feet in altitude. On radar, they watched this thing so a radar blip takes 1 second to go around.
Yeah.
It pinged here at 80,000 feet in altitude. By the next ping, it was 5 feet in altitude
Okay.
in a
Crazy.
second. Okay.
Yeah, that's wild.
They saw no form of propulsion from this craft. It was actively jamming radar, which is an act of fucking war to actively jam radar. They couldn't get a hold of it. They couldn't keep up with it. They tried to. They just fucking couldn't. This thing was moving at the speed of Mach Turkey. All right, this thing was fucking
turkey.
This thing was hauling ass. Like this dude's like, yeah, I saw this shit. We don't know what it is. And they tried to say that it was some fucking experimental aircraft. Fuck you, no.
Yeah,
There's nothing that can go from
chalked down to
80,000
that.
feet to 5 feet in a second. Less than a second. Because it would have had to take less than a second because it takes 1 whole second for a radar blip. So you tell me. Not only that, but you got ancient sites with radioactive radiation.
Yeah, like eminence. Yeah.
I mean, Göbekli Tepe in the Middle East.
Yeah.
They've dug down and they're like, oh fuck, we have radiation here. The pyramids in China. They dug down in there and they're like, oh fuck, there's nuclear radiation. There's a spot in India. I can't remember where it is in India, but there's an ancient book called the Mahabharata. I'm sorry if I butchered that, but they talk about this ancient battle of the gods in the sky, and this motherfucker drops some shit that people burst into flames, they melt, everybody goes blind. So they go to where they said this fight happened, where this blast happened. They dig down in the earth. Sure as shit, they find not only nuclear radiation, but nuclear glass. The only way you can get nuclear glass is from a meteor impact or a fucking nuclear bomb. That's the only fucking way.
Yes. I heard about that. Yeah, actually, I heard about that not too long ago. I just watched a video the other day on that.
And here's the problem with the theory of that it was a meteor that hit and left the nuclear
There's no
blast.
crater.
Well, there's no other meteorite. There's no other meteor rock there. It's just sand and nuclear glass. You tell me how the fuck it got there.
Yeah, that's wild.
Something I wanted to bring up with you while we're on the subject of aliens. And this was I think this is actually a couple episodes in Ancient Aliens. The word dog. You have dogs, like your pet dog.
Yeah, dog. Okay.
Where did the word dog come from?
Bro, I fucked if I know, man. I barely know where the word comes from.
Because the word dog is also, canine, comes from the Latin word canine. Okay.
Okay.
We have a lot of words that come from Latin. Almost every
Oh yeah,
word
yeah, yeah, for
we can
sure.
find the root word in Latin or
Yeah.
some language. Dog has no origin, which is funny
Fair enough.
because you have a couple celestial deities from ancient cultures
Okay.
like Dogda, Dagu, Dagma, Dogma,
Mm,
and they were theorizing that we got the word dog from them. We have the dog star.
yeah.
Who the fuck came up with dog? Dog
Dog.
star. Who the fuck came up with that?
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, well, it's Dogma star. Well, who's Dogma? Our celestial god. He comes from the star.
yeah.
Okay, look, I know from ancient cultures. No, I don't know for a fact I wasn't there. Unless I might have been. I don't know.
Shit, yeah.
Like, sure, everybody has imagination, everybody's creative. But all these carvings and drawings they did and things they wrote about, they never saw it before. So they were describing it for the first time. And they
Yeah.
described it how they saw it from what they saw. I mean, and you also got to look at the Aboriginal culture in Australia. They have no written culture.
Yeah, yeah.
The entire Aboriginal people, their entire culture has been passed down by the word of mouth,
Yeah.
which means somebody saw what happened and then passed it on.
Yeah, for
There's a
sure.
mountain, and I can't remember the name of it, but there's a mountain in Australia that the entire continent of Australia is one type of rock.
Okay.
This one is a completely different type of rock that is not native to Australia, and it's a fucking mile-long pillar of stone just in the ground.
Oh yeah, yeah. There's a bunch of those monoliths that have been popping up, and
Yeah,
apparently,
all
like
over the
they make
world.
like a perfect line too and
Yeah,
shit.
I don't think they make a perfect line. I think they all
Some
line
type
up in
of,
a way, and it's like
in
a
a way,
grid.
yeah.
It's some weird shit.
Yeah, I remember seeing a couple of things about those monoliths and how like they were in perfect places for the Earth's magnetism. Like,
That's what it was.
yeah, that's what
They
it.
were all
Yeah,
at
and it was
magnetic power points, and they
yeah, yeah,
followed
yeah,
because it was it's the magnetic forces around the Earth that it almost looks like if you follow the strong points, they're going to the monoliths, and it's almost acting like a security system.
yeah, 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 yeah. I've seen that, or like a
It's
power supply chain, or like,
what if the moon is hollow and there's aliens
bro,
inside the
I've heard
moon?
a lot of speculation about that. How the moon,
What
yeah, a
about the
lot of
pyramids and the
people.
monoliths on the moon? What about all the secret moon missions? What about Magic 12?
I don't know what y'all thought. Yeah, that's way over my head, bro.
Or yeah, it's I watch Ancient Aliens to go to sleep. Like that's what I fall asleep
Yeah, yeah,
to.
yeah, for sure.
Truckin' with Trip. Shout out Truckin' with Trip. That is
There you
spelled. Go
go.
search him on YouTube. Search him TRUCKN apostrophe with, like the word with, WITH, and then Trip, TRIP. Go check him out on YouTube. Just posted a video of his trip from New York to Ohio on I-90. So if
Ooh,
you're into watching that, just send it. Go ahead and
fucking
pull
send it,
send.
bro. Full
Um,
send.
I like the little alien. Since we
I
are
thought he's
talking about
cute.
aliens.
Yeah, man.
He's a cute little alien.
I thought
He's
so.
quite
It said
adorable.
Space Invader. I was like, ah,
Yo, that's a good ass game. What happened to those games, man?
bro. You know what happened? We were no longer in an 8 by 8 bit world.
You know what? In fact, let's talk about the gaming industry, all right? Because
Let's talk about gaming.
there's a thought. Because you're a gamer, you're a Twitch gamer. Shout out to LilYesh. Go check him out on Twitch, twitch.com or
Crap.
twitch.tv backslash. You're just Lil Yesh, right?
Yeah, dog.
Yeah. Twitch.tv backslash Lil Yesh. Look for in the description for the link and also the description of the video on YouTube. Uh, is it just me? And I've talked to a couple other gamers about this. Is it just me? Or do game developers consistently here lately just consistently put out shit content in their games because they
Yeah,
know we're gonna buy it
yeah.
anyway, so then why
That's it.
finish the game?
That's it. So CD Project Red, done deal. You know what I mean? Cyberpunk 2044 was supposed to be one of the biggest hits of the decade. And it wasn't, you couldn't even call it a game, dude. It wasn't even an alpha state. Like that shit was buggy as fuck.
I
But
from what
people
I've
bought
heard,
it, man.
from what I heard and what I saw, I wouldn't have even called that fucking beta.
No, exactly. That's what I mean. Like that
Like
shit
that.
wasn't even a demo worthy shit. Like to go and pay full price for that type of game. And now, don't get me wrong, CD Project Red, they realized really quick, like, okay, we're getting a lot of flack for this, and they took the game off like PlayStation Store, shit like that. What bothers me is they did some more work to it, added some updates. More people are kind of like switching their view on the game. However, it is now to the point where base PS4s can't even play the game if you buy the base PS4 version. So now you can buy a product that
That you can't
essentially
play.
does not work. No, but people are still fucking buying it and they're still selling it because it money, man.
Well, I know we both play Call of Duty Modern Warfare, the new one. I know we
Yeah,
both play Warzone. Well, I know
yep,
I play Warzone. I think you play more multiplayer than anything.
a little bit, yeah.
Let's talk about that fucking bullshit. Okay.
All right,
Let's
yeah.
talk about the fact that they're just now starting to implement an anti cheat software. Explain that
It
bullshit to me.
it's pretty dumb considering if you look at the Call of Duty franchise since the very beginning, like Call of Duty United Offensive, they've had anti cheats since the very beginning. And like, yeah, it was what was it, Punk Buster or Battle Eye, one of those two. But
I think it was Battle Eye.
I think it was Battle Eye.
Because I know Battle Eye
Like,
works with Ubisoft with Siege as well.
yeah, yeah, you're right. So like, it's not that they didn't have the software or the ability.
They just chose not
Like,
to.
no, because they don't have to. They don't have to anymore. They don't give a fuck.
Well, no, because they know we're just gonna fucking buy the skin packs.
Yeah, dude, that's
I
all.
mean, the entire Call of Duty community was like chewing Activision's ass. Like, bro, give us anti cheat, fix these broken ass guns. People are hacking. I mean, I had one night,
Yeah,
I had a dude running at me full head on. I've got a Mac 10 built. Okay.
it's a laser.
I unload two full magazines in this dude's chest, not a single hit marker. He walks up, hits me once with a Cali stick, I'm dead. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
bro, this dude has hacks. He's hacking, he's hacking, he's hacking. My buddy, he was like, nah, man, they don't have damage hacks. The next day he sends me a TikTok. Oh, apparently there's damage hacks. Yeah, I know.
Like,
I fucking experienced it.
yeah, dude. It's so sad too, because like, I don't know, man. It makes it tough for your casual players who want to just fucking get on, play a couple hours of a video game.
People
Like,
that
you know
work
what
a
I mean?
full-time
Like,
job, they
for
get home and they
real.
want to fucking play games with their friend and enjoy their time. They can't. They can't
No,
even get
man.
on the ground and set up before they're fucking getting wall hacked out of the sky.
Real. And that's if you don't have a fucking 100 gig fucking update, man. 100 gig update for what, bro? A couple skins and not
Hey,
an anti cheat.
hey, they
Like,
did a
fuck
24
that,
gig
dude.
update the other day and it changed the whenever you're dropping in. Since now it's helicopters, they changed it from an airplane to a helicopter. Took
Hey, there
24
you
gigs
go.
to do that.
See, that's the type of shit we need in a fucking battle royale. Come on, man. Fix the
And
core.
people are like, or Activision's like, well, what do you guys want? Anti cheat. Here's a couple more skin bundles.
And
Buy
a
more.
brighter sun.
Here's some more microtransactions. Here.
Yeah, for real, man.
Well, me and my boys, I know that we're going to be going to Battlefield 2042.
Dude, I'm so
100%.
pumped for fucking Battlefield to come out. I've been playing a lot of Argo as well, which is that kind of that free to play Arma game I was telling you about.
Me and
It's so
there's
lit,
three of
dude.
us
I
right
love
now
that
that have
shit.
already pre-ordered Battlefield 2042,
There you go.
just solely on the purpose that there's going to be anti-cheat.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yep.
and I don't understand why people go into a free game like that. Even in Siege where you pay for it, like why hack? Because even if you want to act like you're good because you hack, and then you get in a tournament per se, you can't use
Yeah.
the hacks in the tournament.
No, exactly.
So what's the fucking
Yeah,
point?
I don't see the joy in hacking
Because you
either,
have a
man. Like,
tiny PP and you need to make
yeah, for
yourself feel
real,
better and your
right?
mom didn't hug you enough when you were a child? Like what? Yeah, I'm coming for him. And you know what?
Oh yeah, man. Nah, it's true though, because like you get those people who are like, oh well, I dropped a
And guess what?
25 kill game. It's like, yeah, but like
If
you're
you're one of those
alone.
gamers, I'm attacking you personally. Feel it.
He's coming, man. He gonna drop that hammer.
I don't even care because it's stupid. Why hack in a free game that everybody that's playing it just wants to enjoy the fucking game?
Yo.
It's stupid.
No, it's true.
Absolutely stupid.
It's deplorable at best, man.
So, LilYesh, tell everybody where they can get a hold of you.
Bro, I will
Promote yourself
probably
right here, right
be
now.
in your grandma's house baking cookies. That's where you can find me.
Mm.
So come over for some cookies, maybe some sweet tarts. Nah, actually, you can find me just about on every social media platform at LilYesh. Primarily my content is streamed to Twitch, and my jokes and memes are all on Twitter. So if you want to follow me there, get some dope content, that'd be sick.
And like I said, all of
If
his links will be posted down below.
Yes, thank you, appreciate that.
All of them.
Yeah, man, that's
So
that's
tell
pretty
all of
much
your
it.
friends about LilYesh and this podcast. It's going to be a work in progress. I know that. Why does your brain think that way? I want to know. Tell me.
That's fair.
I want to know. I want to know all the outlooks on everybody, all the time, on everything.
Give me all
I'm
of the
curious. I want
points
to
of
know shit.
views.